Good morning, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Tuesday morning, July 14th, and we are looking at the market profile of the SPY ETF here on Window Trader. Here's yesterday's action. I'm in 10-tick increments, and pretty much kind of a basic thing of what we're going to see, I think, this morning, right? We always talk about M period the next day, trading through it. Well, it looks like we're going to do that. We have two very visual areas. Number one, well, really three. Number one is the price probe. That's L's low. If you get accepted above that. Number two is the single prints, trend day down, right? Above that, you're right back smack into yesterday's meat of the order. On the flip side, if the buyers cannot retake the price probe or the single prints, you should roll, take back most of M period and test yesterday's low and get back into this whole balance. Right now, we're trading at 316.20. I think the first step that the bulls have to take is to get above 315.70, which is that 3-week high. But more importantly, they need to get above the price probe. Let's go over destinations and a game plan for this morning. So on the upside, right now your first destination would be the pre-market high is 316.50. And again, it's just about an hour to go, so those are going to change as we move closer to 9:30. Then above that, we have the price probe of 317.09. Then the single prints, a fairly large set. They start at 317.34, get filled at 319.07. And then yesterday's high of 322.71. For the downside, we have yesterday's low of 314.13. And then a daily low of 312.76. And then the other ones that I've given you, 310.68. That's the real important one, which is a weekly low, right? That'll change things again, put us smack in the middle of that 8-week balance. So what's the game plan early for this morning? Well, right now, until things change, sellers are in control. We're below value. We're in the lower end of balance, below the price probe. So there's a couple of things I would do here. If we are to trade up and not get accepted back over L period, I would take a put play. If it rejects L, a good chance you're going to trade down to the lower end of yesterday's range. If you get accepted above the price probe, now there's a couple of things you can do. You can get out of that trade, or depending on the heat you want to take, you could add because now you have the single prints. But they are large sets, so it's a lot of heat you're going to take. You'd also start getting back into value. So you can take that trade off the table and then see if we do get accepted above M period, but fail in the single prints at some point, taper off and roll back over, you can take another put play. Or if you get into them and in B period, you one-time frame down, again, you could take another put play. As far as a call play, right here I wouldn't take one. The price probe's accepted. You could take one against yesterday's low, but I wouldn't do that. You'd be below the 315.70 level. You'd have lower value. I need more market-generated information to take a call play. What would I look for? Well, I would look for M period, the high to get accepted by buyers, and then maybe in B period we start one-time framing up. Then the odds of these singles are good of getting filled, and then you can go long. Plus your value would be from lower to at least overlap into lower. Again, these are very, very early plays. CamelbackTrading.org's voice channel room will give you up-to-the-second updates prior to the opening and through the trading day. We have some pretty big price voids here with these moves yesterday. So you can get some nice action today, one way or the other, depending on if the bulls are able to recapture what they lost or if the sellers take control again. Let's go to the charts. We'll just do the weekly and the daily. So right now, we have to take baby steps on both sides. If you're a bull, you want to get above these 3 weeks highs again, right? 315.70. Right now, we're above it by about 40 cents, but it's only pre-market. So nothing's been decided yet. But that's the first step the bulls have to take, is to get over 315.70. Right now, we are in the middle of an 8-week balance where we were rejected at the top of it yesterday. And then the daily, again, we are now in a 7-day balance. We stretched that balance tremendously yesterday, but closed into it. So we need to close above 315.70 in the weekly, and on the daily, you want to get back above 317.68, which puts you above the 7-day balance. You don't do that, nothing's changed. We're smack in the middle of the balance, with the other end of it, last week's low, your destination. And then I'm just going to show you one other thing real quick, what I would like to see on the triple Qs. Outside day down, it's very, very negative, right? Yesterday's low was 257.69. We're trading at 259.77. Now, it would be nice to get a consolidation day and have an inside day. Do I expect that? I don't know. Why do I want that? Because then you'd be firmly in balance in the daily, and then you'd like to see what it does coming out of an inside day tomorrow, either to the upside to try to take back what they lost, or to the downside to get down to that other gap which I talked about. Remains to be seen if we get that. If you do take out yesterday's low, well then baby steps are going to happen, and eventually you're going to get down and test that other weekly gap. Good luck trading today. Have a great day. Come check us out at camelbacktrading.org, and we'll recap at 4 p.m.